Okay, part two, technical problem, sorry. So you're gonna start about 1/3 from the end of one long edge and you're gonna sew to the end. Turn it. You're gonna sew to the other edge. Make sure there's no strings getting in the way. Turn it. Sew to this edge. Turn it. Make sure you don't have the ties in the way. Make sure those are nice and tucked out of the way. Now you're going to do this edge. I want to make sure I don't have them in there. Okay, hopefully I don't. Okay, sew to this edge. I'm going to take that pin out of there. Turn it. Now this way, you're going to go, see, this is where I started. You're going to stop maybe about 3 fingers before it so you can turn it right side out. And then I back it up once and stop. Once you do that, you take your pins out. I probably could have done this faster if I didn't. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find that little section that you left open, which for me is right here. Oopsie, sorry. And you are going to open it. You're going to turn it right side out by just pushing everything through that little hole. Shake it out good. Now you have your strings on the outside, your ties. You've got your ties out there are good. Now usually I don't use ties. This is the first one I've made with ties. Now the last part of it is you go back to your table and you lay it down. And now what you have to do is you have to make the pleats. And the way that I do it is I make one right under the fold one. I make the second one right under that 2. I make the third one under that 3. Then I go to the other side. Now they have to be in the same order, the same shape. So this one goes under, and I'm going to make that down 1. And then another one under that 2. And then a third one under that 3. Now let me see if that's good. I'm going to adjust this one a little bit more. This one down to here. Okay, good. And then the third one right under that, that would be good, right there for 3. And the final step of a mask is you go back to your sewing machine one more time. And this time, you top stitch the whole thing. So I start in the middle outer edge, and this one I keep kind of closer to the edge. And I'm going to go down here, 1. And I'm going to turn it. Keep your ties out of the way. Keep your pleats nice and straight. Keep your pins out of the way for sure. I'm going to just lay those out like that. Go straight down. turn it. Turn it. Keep it right over your fabric. Put that up so it doesn't bulge. Take your pins out. Let's see how this one came out. I mean, this wasn't totally 100% perfect because this is the first one I made with ties. But let's see how it did. See if it works. I can't tell, but it looks like it covers everything. Now, I would just like to end with a couple more shortcuts that I want to share with you. Here's a couple shortcuts that I'll share with you. If you're using this type of string, what I do, and this goes back to my making pom-pom ball days, is what I do is rather than do them one at a time, you can see I've made piles of these, is I take a book that's about 7.5 inches wide, and I happen to have this one. And so what I do is I just go like this, boom. And I'm gonna make a lot of these. And then I'm gonna get my scissors again, and I'm gonna cut this, and I'm gonna cut it like this. And then these are all the right size. And then what I do is I take 4 of them and I put them together, close edge to the bottom, and I make that little knot that's going to be in the center of that mass to keep them from getting sewed on. And it makes it so much easier, as these are. And that way when I'm assembling them, I can put them in the middle and then fan them out to the edge, right just about to the edge, without it getting all messed up. The last thing I'm going to share with you, and this was a new thing from today, is I bought these at the dollar store, and I did wear a mask in there, and I sanitized everything when I came out. And what I do with these is I sew these, one here, and then one here, because they don't go all the way to the bottom. That's the only negative thing. And I do one on each side, and I put my second piece of fabric over it, and I'm going to make believe these are cut. And then I do it with both sides, but the important thing to do when you assemble it this way is you have to make really sure that you don't sew on the actual hair tie. You have to make sure that you tuck that in so that you are just sewing it at that edge in those corners. And then you do the same thing on both sides, and then you make the pleats just like the other way. Here's an example of one that is done with those. And then here is one that is completed, if I can remember where I put my pile of the finished ones. Dave, do we know what I did with those? Right here. I think I made one tonight that we tried that has that. I don't know what I did with it. Can you pause it for a second? Nope, that's a white corded one. Hold on one second. Pause that, Dave. Well, anyway, here, I'll show you with this.
I can't.
Okay, can't pause it. We gotta find it. But it works with these. This isn't my first choice. If I had elastic, I would prefer it, but I don't have elastic to come by. Anyway, make a lot of them. Send them on to the hospitals and medical people. I'm long-winded, but at least you saw the whole thing. Thank you very much.